what's back, guys? And today we're going to be reacting to 10 horrible ways to oof in Skull Island with Dino. Say hi.
Hello. Or instead of oof, it's duh. But oof is way better. I don't know what. I could have just given him.
I agree.
I believe, according to what I have heard, $10,000, but I don't know if that's true.
Definitely not. Don't trust the Dino. Trust the cutie. Now, when you say it like that, that sounds really weird.
Well, you know what? They definitely be able to afford it.
Anyways, that clock doesn't matter. Let's get into the video.
Contains graphic depictions and fatality simulations that might be disturbing for some audiences.
I hate
Your
that.
discretion is advised.
Welcome back to Skull Island, the only place in the world where literally everything wants to kill you. Today, we will uncover an additional 10 monsters and reveal the nightmarish ways they will slam you to the bottom of the food chain in the worst ways possible. Be warned, as you will witness the most gruesome fatalities you've ever heard of. So get rid of that bowl of red pasta, prepare your stomach, and get ready to witness the new 10 ways to brutally die on Skull Island. 1. Spontaneous combustion. We'll begin with a not-so-bad one, and getting killed by this creature will be one...
I think it's gonna be a... I don't know.
Stop looking.
I think it's gonna be a whatever that word is.
100% your fault. Believe it or not, there are some gigantic animals in Skull Island that are so hot that getting too close would make you burst into flames.
Oh, wow.
Fortunately for you, this species of animal isn't known for its speed. Enter the magma turtle, a biovolcanic reptile that can measure up to 40 feet in height. Although this animal is anatomically
really cool looking in your opinion?
Yeah, but if you see it like this, it's like, oh wait, no, this is the tortoise. Okay.
Yeah, but they look very similar.
Different because these are literally born inside volcanoes. Molten rock runs through their veins, meaning that any injury inflicted to this creature could harm the attacker. Which is why this animal is the only creature in Skull Island with no predators. How can this thing kill you? Simple. If you stand anywhere near enough to make this guy angry,
probably a magma sword from Ark could definitely eat it because it's in lava.
Maybe.
Strides of this giant beast could be enough to catch up to you. If you're even stupider and decide to actually injure this creature up close, then expect to get covered in lava and suffer immediate third-degree burns on your upper torso.
Wait, look at that mustache.
Revealing burnt flesh underneath. 2. Impaled and paraded. Before we talk about how your rotting corpse will get displayed throughout the island, let us introduce you to this dude. This is a Cur Buffalo, a 45-foot-tall animal fused with plant life that spends most of its time underwater in open marshes. If you ever make enough noise to wake this guy up, we suggest you put down your weapons and retreat slowly. Failure to do so will get you an introduction to
because when I watched the movie, this thing, like, it didn't really do anything.
True.
So, yeah.
Horned shield that is about the size of the
mild spoiler warning for the creature.
I've said that in the beginning.
Crush your ribs, pelvis, and very possibly
whatever, honestly. You know, you've only seen 2 things.
But where's the fun in that? Let's talk about the folks who think they're fast enough
One
to
of them
avoid
aren't
the
even
shield.
in movies.
This unfortunate fella is now likely to get impaled by the horned spikes on the end of this frill. And when he does, this puncture wound will most likely go through here, causing immediate internal bleeding, organ failure, inability to breathe, and a swift death. But guess what? This corpse is now stuck here for the next few days due to their entanglement with the vines that grow out of this animal. This corpse will remain there until it rots away. In this scenario, the victim dies relatively quickly. You might not be so lucky with the next predator.
Oh no, an ad's about to come.
No! At least the ad's actually not that bad.
3. Dismembered. Truth is, there are a few other animals in Skull Island that can rip you limb from limb. But there's one animal in particular that can do it
Remember that
perfectly.
scene?
Say you're lost in Skull Island,
Oh,
and all of a
yeah.
sudden you hear the same bird
Oh,
chirping
yeah.
repeatedly.
Sounds like a bird, but it's a fucking ant.
Yeah, ants. And big ones, too. It's unclear how large these ants could actually get, but considering that almost every other animal in this island displays some sort of gigantism, we can probably assume that these were human-sized ants. If you know anything about ants in the real world, you will probably recall that these insects are some of the strongest of all time, being able to carry 10 to 50 times their own weight. But some, like the Asian weaver ant, can carry 100 times their own mass.
Oh,
We aren't
oh,
suggesting that Skull
damn.
Island ants can carry something like a buffalo, but
However,
can
that
most
shouldn't be
definitely
used to
ragdoll you
base
around the jungle.
the
And if
thing.
this ant has some buddies around, get ready for the worst.
Am I right?
Given that most ants in the real world are known
Yeah.
to dismember their prey, you should expect no
But dude,
different.
ants are
A
ridiculous.
small squadron of ants will begin snipping off your limbs one by one. The worst part is, you'll probably still be alive.
Dude,
when
pause
your
the
arms and
video.
legs
My,
are cut off.
Yo,
Okay.
what?
Unpause. The audio is acting kind of odd. I think it's fine. Go,
The
continue.
best thing to hope for at this point is for them to cut off your head
Yeah, we're
first.
good.
At least these clean cuts won't leave a mess like the next Titan on this list.
One thing I want to say, if you guys are wondering how we do these videos, since we're in this, like how other YouTubers, maybe not the same, but I just share my screen. If you guys have a channel and you want to do what we're doing, be cringe, never mind, you can just share your screen and yeah, do that. Pretty simple.
I can see the first video we watched.
Oh, they can't see because I'm zoomed
Oh
in.
yeah. Oh yeah. I see.
Okay, let's continue.
4. Crushed to death. There are many ways to get crushed by the plethora of large creatures in Skull Island. But one Titan in particular uses this method to kill smaller pesky creatures. Titanus Kong
King
finally
Kong.
makes debut in our 10 Ways to Die series. But why did he show up so early in this video? Well, basically because his preferred method of killing humans isn't necessarily too painful. But the aftermath is quite nasty. Throughout the Monsterverse, it is evident that Kong's most effective human extinguishing maneuver is crushing. Need examples? Helicopter pilot, crushed. Rescue dude, crushed. Guy running away, crushed. Scientist guy, crushed. Packard, crushed. Crazy guy on drugs, crushed. Preppy CEO's daughter, crushed. Let's get into more detail, and let's use this guy as an example. If standing upright, the first injury you will suffer will be on your skull and
Oh, but I feel like you.
neck. The speed in which Kong's limb is coming at you will be enough to
You'd
knock you
already be
unconscious
dead.
soon enough to not feel the coming pain. The next injured part would be your vertebrae or backbones. These will probably bend violently, causing permanent back damage and paralysis. But that won't really matter anymore, would it? Once you're folded up and crushed between both masses, the limb and the floor, the extreme pressures will cause your insides, liquids, and muscles
Oh,
to
damn.
literally explode out of your skin, but mostly out of your mouth and eye sockets, leaving an
That's
utterly
damning.
disgusting mess on the floor. It's no surprise they usually don't show this aftermath in movies. But here, take a look. 5. Immediate paralysis. Perhaps
Do you see
one of
how
the worst
crazy
things
that
can
is?
happen to you is being unable to move while experiencing imminent danger. Skull Island jungles are home to this 60-foot-long snake that resembles vines that grow on trees. This tree-dwelling monster is longer than the now extinct Titanoboa that measured up to 42 feet in length. Unlike this thick snake, however, Skull Island's vine snake is much thinner, which means it's light enough to climb on trees and camouflage itself out of sight, putting it in the
Finish,
perfect
it's just
position
as
to
thin as
ambush an unsuspecting
sticky.
individual. Some sources suggest that these snakes have heads the size of a human's, with fangs as long as a finger. Additionally, it would be
Sheesh.
capable of constricting its victims to death. Let's see how this thing could kill. The size of those fangs would be long and strong enough to possibly even pierce a human skull, injecting venom into the brain casing. If this is neurotoxic venom, this will immediately attack the nervous system, stopping nerve signals to your muscles and
Here's the
causing
thing, though. It might not be poisonous.
Good point. Dude, I'm going to have full body paralysis.
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 Immediately after, your diaphragm would also be paralyzed, which means you won't be able to breathe. Death could occur immediately if bitten on the skull, and after a couple of minutes if bitten anywhere else. Immediately after, you would proceed to get swallowed by this snake's gaping and elastic jaws, where your lifeless body would be digested for the next couple of days. 6. Shadows of Death. We can all agree
Dude,
that
it's the Endy Shadow of Death.
being out in the dark woods isn't really
It should've been
Not this
actually.
empty
Now imagine
shadow
being out
look
in the dark
weak.
on Skull Island. In the graphic novel Kingdom Kong, we were introduced to a new species of
Whoops.
flying creature that were the size of jets.
I just opened something on
These
accident and I
gigantic
didn't even
armored
realize that I
bat-like
did.
creatures seem to have a wingspan of
Look at those
approximately
things.
35 to 40
Wow.
feet wide, capable of flying at high speeds.
Do they make
armed with
Endy
a
Shadow look
terrifying
weak?
set of jaws and sharp talons.
Sort of.
How do you
not
get killed by these?
Very
Well, if
weak,
you're a
actually.
pilot, you
Oh,
might be the
wow,
first in line to get your
damn.
jet brought down. But if you're a defenseless spectator, get ready for a ride. Animals with these corporal flying attributes tend to swoop down and grab unsuspecting prey. Given that humans are small in comparison to these creatures, these
Oh,
talons could
damn. Oh, right there. Just went.
Imagine at the
pierce
head
through
to
your
your
upper body,
nuts.
causing
Oh,
imminent
shut
trauma
up.
and
Oh, my
death.
God. You're so annoying.
If you make it past this phase, don't expect to be let loose anytime soon.
Sure, that was
These
really
animals
hard.
have anywhere between 14 to 16 extra long teeth that are used to pierce prey with each bite. For you, this just means that you would get impaled and ripped in half with just one chomp of those jaws.
But are you
Your
convinced
upper
that
body, along with
this is
your
stronger
head,
than
would
Endy
probably
Shadow?
still remain
Yeah.
conscious for a few seconds until you suffer from hemorrhagic shock and
No.
finally
Stupid
die.
ad. No,
7.
don't. Shut up. Ad.
Are you a
Oh.
Roblox fanatic? Microsoft
Yeah.
Rewards is a brand new way for you to earn digital.
the way?
Beautiful sight. What's beautiful about dying on Skull Island? Nothing. But there have been instances where something very pleasing can get you killed. It just so happens that this island has something like that also.
Yay. Crap.
Let us introduce you to the Icarus tiger, ironically known as the holy or spirit tiger. This name comes from its ability to make its spectator experience euphoria.
Really, dude,
and
that
mild
thing's
dizziness
beautiful, am I
once
right?
spotted. This red-striped
Yeah.
white tiger is said to measure only 15 feet in length, but illustrated renderings of this creature depict it as much, much larger. Once you are completely enveloped in euphoria, you would most likely be out of your senses, which is exactly how this tiger wants to prey on you. You would
I
get
don't
killed
want to
in
be
one of
preyed
two
on.
fashions.
I like doing
One,
it.
one
I like
swipe of
praying.
this tiger's paws is enough to send
He's gonna
you
jump.
flying at a
Wait,
great
what
distance.
praying are you talking
The
about?
impact
Not the one
received
you
by
eat
this
people's-
would be enough to knock you
No,
unconscious
yeah,
or
as
dead.
well. Nobody
In
make
the
that to a
natural
compilation
world,
of
tigers
me
will
saying
usually end their prey with a
weird
well-placed
stuff.
bite to the throat or
You know
head.
what?
In this
Fine,
case,
I'll do it
this
myself.
overly sized
Shut up,
tiger's
you won't.
jaws would
have
simply
the
bite
guts
down
to do
and
it.
rip your upper body, sending the
No, I
rest
do.
flying. The time it
Mom,
would
where's
take
your
for you
channel?
to die and lose
Noob.
consciousness would be after a couple of seconds.
I
A
didn't see me.
beautiful beginning with a terrifying end.
I'm
But
playing
getting killed by
Roblox.
the
I
next
watch.
creature on this list
I'm
will be
joking.
No,
terrifying
I'm
from
joking.
start to finish.
Chill.
8. Stabbed to death.
I don't want to be
No,
stabbed.
this isn't how a bunch of Iwi tribes peeps can poke you till you die.
Oh, well, good.
This is much worse.
Good.
This
But
place
actually,
is home
bad.
to another terrifying insect that you will not be able to run away from. Skull Island's gargantuan hornets are probably the most terrifying swarm of insects you could
Dude, it's
encounter,
literally a
with good
hornet.
reason.
I've seen so
Measuring about
many.
the size of a human hand.
These are
These
giant
hyper-aggressive
ones.
Oh, damn.
insects live in the dense jungles of Skull Island, defending their territory at all costs. These insects can be compared to the real-world Asian giant hornets, which measure approximately 2.2 inches in length and can fly up to speeds of 25 miles per hour. Now imagine trying to outrun Skull Island's Hornets. Impossible.
Mama
Its deep-sounding beating of wings will be followed by an extremely painful barrage
Probably
of
a
puncture
lot
wounds
of them.
all over your body.
You see the dude doing the
including your
back
neck,
flip.
butt,
Okay,
and
everybody, we have to
limbs.
rewind that.
Beating of wings will be followed by
Hostiles
an
incoming.
extremely
Oh my god,
painful barrage
dude.
of puncture wounds.
Honestly, like what
all
I
over
was
your
gonna
body.
say, you should get your friends to have recorded that. They should laugh at you because you have a skill issue and you died. And I don't want you to complain about what I just said. And then after you send it to the world, and then bam, you get a novel of dying by doing the world's coolest trick with 3 Hornets to help.
Yeah, but it costed your life.
Yeah, but who cares?
Including your neck,
I
back,
care.
butt,
Oh, wow.
and limbs. Getting pierced
And then
by
a
several
sound box
stingers
that
is
looked
not
like you dropped on
necessarily
your
the
head.
worst part. This is
And
about
then
to get
one of the
much,
Hornets died.
much worse.
And then somebody.
Yeah.
Hornets are present in the top ranks of
Hello,
the Schmidt
Papa.
Sting Pain
Bye-bye,
Index.
lad. Shut
And
up.
taking into account that these guys
Ah.
are venomous, the overflow of poison in your body would give you an extremely painful burning sensation. The superfluous amount of swelling in your body will make your skin much more sensitive to the touch due to fluid buildup beneath your skin. In a matter of moments, your body will be a fountain of blister fluid and blood. This is when the anaphylactic shock kicks in and you begin to die, losing consciousness, and your heart finally stops. Oh, and
I
the
like
Hornets
my
are
heart.
probably still
don't think
Imagine somebody was
9
allergic
swallowed
to
alive.
bees and wasps.
In our previous video of this series, we were introduced
Because I'm
to
not
smaller
allergic.
Wait, because I'm about to talk about something. Maybe go watch the first. I should actually start saying this at the beginning of reactions. I should start doing that from now on. No, that's something I'm gonna remember.
versions of the skull crawler. Well, guess what?
You probably
There are
have
bigger
seen the
ones also.
originals, though.
Unlike the juveniles that will chew you to death,
maybe.
getting picked up by one of the larger
Okay.
ones will probably get you
you haven't,
inside
go
its
check it
stomach
out.
in one piece. Being a bigger skull crawler only means
You know-
that this guy will
Oh
not
my
pass on
God.
any opportunity to eat, since its hyper-adrenalized metabolism causes a permanent deficiency in caloric energy intake, which is below the level needed to keep these big guys alive. The fact that skull crawlers are always in a
These
constant
guys,
state of starvation
they're always
explains
hungry,
why these
skull
large
crawlers.
skull crawlers will go out of their way to eat very small humans.
More hungry than
For
I
them,
am.
anything counts. Now, let's talk about what it would feel like to be inside one of these creatures. As you're traveling down this animal's esophagus, you will realize that you would have reached its stomach once you splash into a dark pool of green, burning acid, which will immediately start eating into your flesh. You will probably die due to the lack of oxygen and the inhaling of toxic gases. In a few hours, all that will remain is your bare skeleton after it is vomited along with the remains of other victims. 10. Sonic Fatality.
Sonic.
Yes, sound can kill you. In the
Yeah, it
Monsterverse, there are a few titans with a roar loud enough to obliterate your internal organs. Skull Island is home to a creature that can do just that. Meet Titanus Camazotz, a gigantic bat titan whose special ability is known as a sonic screech.
Yeah, he's
Apart
super
from leading an
loud.
entire
Dude, oh my god, I'm gonna go. Yeah, so if I get sued by Sega, blame it on. I'm joking, I'm not. But if I
army of
do
the
get
smaller
blame it on
creatures
Goji.
discussed earlier.
Santo.
This titan can apparently lay waste to a large perimeter
I blame
with
it
a
on
sonic
Sega
blast
for
so
being
loud that
stupid.
it can shatter entire buildings. But what can it do to humans?
By the way,
Kill them?
Titan is most
Yeah,
of the time
this
a
dude
cave dweller.
has
which
room. You
means that
remember
if you
those
ever
Shadows
encounter
of
Camazotz
Death
in a
guys?
cave, then your time on
Yes.
Earth is
He has
most
an
likely
army
going
of
to
them.
end here. A sonic blast from Camazotz will cause a shockwave so strong that any surrounding individual will suffer immediate air embolism. This is air accumulated in your lungs that travels to your heart due to instantaneous changes in air pressure caused by this roar. This abrupt air pressure change, however, could just skip the embolism and cause your lungs to explode due to the immediate buildup of air pressure. Your body is now thrown back in the air, blood coming out of your mouth and eye sockets. In conclusion, the shock of this screech alone is enough to kill you and your whole squadron. Sound waves resonating from all directions of the cave walls will literally make it impossible to avoid incoming damage. After seeing all the additional ways to die on this island, are you one of the few people who still think they could survive? Let us know how in the comments. For more episodes like this and much more, make sure you like this video and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Okay, so
Yep.
which video did you like more? The original or this
The
one?
original, honestly, guys. Something you guys should doing. There's something I'm doing pretty naughty. It's doing the unsubscribe. So subscribe to me and Goji Center. Mainly Goji Center for giving me content. See you guys in the next one.
Patience.
See ya!
Bye.